A lot of my friends and people who are watching the show are always asking for a few more gluten-free recipes. So this one is a fantastic one for you. This is chickpea flatbread. Now, chickpea flour can be bought from most supermarkets these days. It's an interesting flour and it's used in a lot of Pakistani and Indian style breads. This flour is super high in protein and it's quite easy to work with. I'm just going to show you a few tricks though to make it absolutely perfect. Now, I've got 2 cups of this flour here and I'm just going to make a well in the centre. And to this 2 cups, I'm going to add 1.5 cups of lukewarm water. And I'll add a little bit at a time to the centre, along with some spices. Now, I'm using some cumin powder here, so I'll mix that. You can see how I'm just gently bringing in the sides to make a paste there, and then adding a little bit more water. Now, I'm going to change over from this spoon to a whisk soon, because we really want to try to get as many lumps out as possible. It's not like a regular flour where the lumps do come out quite easily. What I'm going to do after this is strain it, just so we get a perfect batter. So let's move over now to a whisk, and we'll add the rest of this water. Now, this is looking pretty good, but I'm also going to add a little bit of olive oil, so about 1/2 cup into this batter, and we'll give it one last whisk. And this batter is actually looking quite good, but it just has small little lumps, very, very small ones. So just because I'm being a little bit pedantic and I want it to be absolutely perfect, I am going to place this through a sieve here, and that'll catch any of those small little lumps. Just get a spatula. We're just going to lift that and get most of our content out and just press through those lumps. You can see how we've just caught just the small little granules of the chickpea there. See that? So it was absolutely worth putting it through there, I think. Now, you could cook this immediately, start making the flatbread, but to get a really delicious texture, it is worth putting it in the fridge. So I've just got a little bit of Glad cling wrap here, and I'm going to place it in the bowl, just so we don't get any film here. So just press that in there so it's directly touching that batter, and that'll go in the fridge, ideally for a few hours, even better, overnight. Now you can see here that I've got some onions and a little bit of garlic and herbs, and this is essentially an add-on to the chickpea flatbread here. You can make the chickpea flatbread as is and serve them as a side to some curries, or make them into a snack, and that's what I'm doing here with this onion mixture. Now, after I've cooked the onions and the garlic there and the herbs, you want to allow it to cool, because you don't want to put that hot mixture into this chilled chickpea batter here. And have a look at this batter. You can see that it's thickened up just a little bit there. This is the consistency that we're looking for. That's absolutely perfect. Now, I haven't seasoned it yet, so I'm going to add a little bit of salt here. And you can always season it after too. The herbs that I've used here are some fresh oregano, a little bit of thyme, and some rosemary. So a great combo. And now we are ready to cook. So over here, I've just been heating a crepe pan, and that's come up to temperature. We want a medium heat for this, and I've got a little bit of olive oil here. My crepe pan is non-stick, so I don't want to add too much oil. We just want a small amount here. This is just going to give the chickpea flatbread a nice colour. So with a piece of paper toweling, spread that out nice and evenly. And now we're ready to cook. So I'm going to use 2 spoons. I find it easier than a ladle for this mixture. And just like we would cook pancakes, we want a good tablespoon here. And then we'll just pop them 1 dollop over here. And then I'll add another dollop over here. We'll cook 2 at a time. And then just spread them out a little bit. And what we want to do is cook these on one side until they're golden brown, and it doesn't take long. And then we'll turn them over. So you'll see it starts to set on the top. You may see a few little bubbles, and that's the exact time that we want to turn them over. this is ready. They don't take long at all to cook. And then I like to just pile them up together and serve them as is or with a little relish. Or like I said, this is a fantastic bread to have if you're having a curry night. These are a great alternative to naan bread, particularly if you're gluten intolerant. I think they taste fantastic. And look at that, the texture's soft in the centre. Yum, yum, yum. They are so good. You know what, they don't even need a curry on the side. They're good as is.